Özcan. Now you receive a disclaimer from Zoom that this session will be recorded. Please accept the term and we will resume afterwards. The whole session will be recorded and you will be muted throughout the session. You can use chat box to ask your questions. Maybe at the end of the session, I can unmute you. Then we can have a discussion, live discussion if you wish. As I said, I'm Esra Özcan from Koç University Law School, and I'll be presenting you our two LLM programs, LLM in Public Law and LLM in Private Law programs. For those who are not aware of Koç University whereabouts, Koç University is located in Istanbul, in the southern part of Istanbul, northern part of Istanbul, facing Black Sea. We have a wonderful, lively, a beautiful campus, as you can see in the pictures here. We are really missing our beautiful campus and looking forward to going back to it, hopefully in fall semester. I'm going to tell about you shortly about what it is like having an LLM from Koç University, why you should choose a Koç University for your LLM destination. We have international renowned faculty members delivering all courses, and also we also have distinguished practitioners and professors from all around the world coming to deliver graduate level courses. So one class could be delivered by two co-professors along the semester. For instance, WTO class is delivered by a professor from ITAM, Mexico, and international and European contract law is delivered by a professor from IE Spain, and also one professor from Koç University. It's a very lively atmosphere. We have a wide range of curriculum. You will see in a short while. We have someone is using the, I think someone is using the pencil. Can you just, yeah, thank you. As you can see, I will show you our classes, that it has most demanding and less discussed compared to international topics in different legal disciplines. We try to embrace legal disciplines from common law and also from civil law. And we have international students from all around the world, from Brazil, from United States, from all around Europe, South Africa, Kenya, and Pakistan. These are the most destinations that we have our international students from. We have a lot of academic collaboration that help our students to spend one semester or 2 semesters abroad during an LLM period. I will touch upon this in my next slides. The biggest advantage of having an LLM at Koç University, it's a part-time modular basis. Our classes are delivered on Fridays and Saturdays, and that gives the students the flexibility working part-time during the rest of the days, or focusing on their research if they are following a research program. And the tuition is affordable and living expenses are affordable comparing to different regions across the region, other countries, basically. Koç University is a research institution, so we focus on different disciplines in our research projects. We have two research centers, one for international commercial law and one for global public law. And our professors are conducting global research projects, and LLM and PhD students can also join their projects and working with them. We have also separate working groups with our professors in different fields, as you can see in the list. That also gives our graduate students to follow niche areas of law. If they would like to research on a specific topic that we don't have in our course list, they can simply follow an independent study in an area with a professor. This is a great opportunity as well if you have a very different area of research that you can't find in the course list. You can still do your research. Let's go to practicalities. LLM in private law and LLM public law are our two general umbrella of the classes, the programs. We have 2 tracks, which is one track is non-thesis and one track is with thesis. For international students, it might be confusing. 1-year non-thesis LLM program is a similar to international LLM programs. You have 10 classes, 1 year, and you finish the program with a short final paper. 2-year program is much more research-based program. You have 7 classes in a year. Then the second year, you solely focus on your research and you write an in-depth research paper, which is called thesis. For professional perspective, if you do not want to follow a PhD afterwards, we always suggest our students to go for non-thesis program. As I said, the program is on modular basis. Only classes are only on Fridays and Saturdays. The program is in English, but we also have some bilingual and Turkish classes for Turkish students, of course. International students can only choose English classes. On a modular basis, one class lasts 6 to 8 weeks. And also we have a great opportunity if you're interested in different fields, you can also choose any elective class from different departments. If, for instance, most of our LLM students can take international relations classes or economics or sociology. If you have that interest, you can also select from those programs. This is a curriculum we're offering to our LLM programs, the students. LLM in public law and LLM private law. The list in here, you can see, are the required classes for public law and private law. And then we have a common elective law classes for both programs. If you're, as long as you take these required classes, you can mix and match other classes. You can take elective courses, and also you can take from public law classes and also private law classes as elective. You can mix them as well. And also you have this opportunity to take from other departments. I'll give a couple of minutes for you to have a look, and then we can go through these classes as well later on. As I said, for 7 classes, for thesis program, you are required to take 7 classes in a year. Non-thesis program, students can take 10 courses. So 4 of them are required, and the rest are elective courses. The admissions, we only have fall intake next year, and the deadline to apply is 21st of June. The applications are made through our online platform, apply.ku.edu.tr. It's an online platform. You submit all the documents and all your information, and then we shortlist the candidates who carry the minimum criteria. We will go. So here, what happens after you submit your application? We evaluate these applications through the minimum criteria. If you hold that criteria, then you will be invited for an interview and written exam. The interview and written exam consists of questions English and Turkish for Turkish students. The class and then the courses, the questions will include questions the law background, about your law background. If you're international students, the committee will ask you questions, international and comparative aspects of law. And if you're a Turkish student, of course, the questions will include some Turkish legislation courses. And both evaluation methods are conducted via Zoom. After interviews and written exam, your offers are made within 2 to 3 weeks. And an enrollment starts in September. Our core classes starts late September, early October every year. And there's an opportunity, if you cannot make it, if you cannot travel to Turkey due to COVID measures, we're going to have a hybrid method, which is both online and also on-site campus, which is now the plan. But if you would like to come to Turkey and live in the city and you cannot make it due to COVID pandemic, then you can defer your acceptance. So if you get admitted to the program, you can defer to next semester or next year. This is the criteria. In the first opening session, there was just general information about the program criteria, but this is only for LLM. International students and national and international students, if they are not English native speakers, they have to submit an English language proficiency exam. TOEFL, YDS and YÖKDİL are the language proficiency exams in Turkey. So for international students, only TOEFL is required, AT, IBT. IELTS is not accepted in Turkey. So if you're international students, please make sure you take TOEFL exam. IELTS score is for Turkish applicants only. And for international students, we don't ask for any other course in the exam. And you have to have a bachelor in law degree to apply for an LLM. If you studied a different bachelor degree, unfortunately, you cannot study LLM at Koç University. And the grade point average should be 2.75 out of 4. You might be coming from different grading system. We converted as long as you submit your transcripts and diploma in our application system. We evaluate that and then we convert to our 4-grade system. There's an example for Indian students. It is 50-54% in Indian grading system. So as long as you apply, we will convert it to our system. For non-thesis program, the applications, the criteria are the same. For Turkish students, only IELTS is not required. For international students, for both programs, for both tracks, the criteria is the same. The tuition fee, both programs, even though you follow a thesis program or non-thesis program, it is 76,500 Turkish lira, 11,000 US dollars, and you can pay it in 2 quotas throughout the year. And the most frequently asked question is the scholarships. We offer tuition fee waiver depending on your success, the performance in written exam and interview. If you're really successful, the committee can give you up to 100% tuition fee waiver, or you can get 25, 50. These percentages are decided based on your success. So you have to perform well in the written exam and interview to receive a tuition fee waiver. For non-thesis program, we cannot offer full tuition waiver, but we have 25% discount from the fee based on, again, the same written exam and interview success. Red highlighted countries are the countries that we usually have our graduate students. But we, of course, would like to extend our borders, have more students from across the world. We have students from US, Italy, Germany, Turkey, of course, and many students from and Pakistan, South Africa, Kenya, and Russia, and hope to have more students from across the world as well. LLM international exposure, yeah, we have international partnership agreements with many countries, many partners across the world. Around 200 plus partner institutions across the world accept our students for an exchange program. You might be aware of Erasmus Plus exchange and global programs. And this allows our students to apply for an exchange opportunity and spend 1 semester and 2 semesters at one of our partner institutions. We allow this after the class period. So you can go for an exchange after when you finish your classes, and for your research, maybe thesis research time or paper, after the paperwork time, you can go spend 1 semester if you're following non-thesis, or 2 semesters if you're following with thesis program. And this is barely like the briefly information about our programs. I'm sure you can have more questions, and I'm happy to answer all your questions here. But afterwards, you might come up with different questions, and you can always write to us. Our Graduate School of Social Sciences, through that email address, you can reach them. And you can see my email address, astrauskan@ku.edu.tr. You can write to me as well. For international applicants, if you have any relevant questions about international application process, or living in Istanbul, or moving, and all other practical details, please contact our international office, and they will be happy to help you. And thank you for listening to me. And now I'm happy to answer your questions related to admissions, tuitions, or program. You can write your chat, but you can write your questions in chat box, or I can simply unmute you as I finish the presentation. Okay, now you can unmute yourself if you have a question. All right, let me check the chat box. Yes, there is a Turkish question in Turkish. I can reply to you in both languages for other students to understand as well. Mehlika asks if students with scholarship receive stipends or housing opportunity. No, unfortunately, we don't offer housings or stipend for LLM with full tuition waiver students. Mehlika, sonra cevap verdiğimi düşünüyorum. Burslu öğrenciler maalesef lojman veya para yardımı almıyorlar LLM programlarında. Any questions? So the written exam consists of questions from the area that you are applying for. If you're applying for a private law program, the questions will include from the areas of that research. Could be, but the committee knows where you're coming from and what educational background you have. So it will be international and comparative aspects of law. We don't have it. Of course, you can apply if you're from Mongolia. Of course, you can apply if you carry the criteria here. If you have all these criteria, you can, of course, apply from wherever you are. Any other questions? Hi, Bengisu. No, there is no division between Turkish applicants and international applicants. All candidates are evaluated upon depending on their success. So you can get 100% scholarship or 25% scholarship or none, because the committee will ask you questions both in interview and in written exams, and they will decide that, upon your success, the performance in those exams, as to whether you receive scholarship. Habziba, I'm not sure where you're from. If you're a native native English speaker, you do not have to submit English proficiency exam. But if you're coming from another countries that the official language is not English, you have to have an English proficiency exam score. Yes, Mert. In the oral exam, the questions, if you're applying for public law, you will be asked questions under the topics, under the public law topics. And if you're applying for private law, that will include those areas. Any other questions? You can directly ask your questions using a mic, so you can use the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions related to LLM programs. No, no, jury is not required from international applicants. No, only ALIS, which is another exam and obligatory for Turkish students, but for international students to apply for an LLM, jury is not required. The interview will be the same. The interview and written exam, the committee will ask you questions. Both for you. In the interview, it will be just a bit informal. They will ask some questions to get to know you better, and then they will ask some legal academic questions. So, let me not miss. We do not have the percentages for the evaluation. The committee decides on the success of that cohort. So when we have the whole applicants and when they evaluate them together at the end of the interviews and the written exams, they will say, and if you're asking for the percentages regarding scholarship, we cannot provide you the whole list. It's been many years that we are evaluating hundreds of candidates every year, but the committee will decide on the scholarship percentage depending on the whole cohort after they evaluate everyone. Hi. So if you would like to apply for a thesis program, you have to have 2.75. Unfortunately, we cannot go below that. And to apply for LLM, you cannot use your other LLM GPA. You have to apply with your bachelor LLB GPA point. So if you're applying for Nonthesis, you can go with your 2.72 GPA, but with thesis, unfortunately, we only accept GPA with 2.75 and more. We look for, what do we look for? For the scholarship, I mean the success and your evaluations of the global topics, because for international students, the questions will include the cases across the world. They will ask your evaluations of global law, comparative and international law. So I'm not sure to which program you're applying for, but both programs for public law and private law, the questions will include global aspects of law for international students, and they will look successfully evaluation of those questions asked. Are there any practical aspects in the LLM programs? Are you asking, Habziba? I think you're asking about the professional development after having an LLM would help you. So you will have both theoretical and also practical aspects in doing an LLM at Koç University, because you will have both professors and also senior practitioners delivering the classes. For example, investment treaty law is delivered by a barrister in London, and so there are lots of practitioners coming to deliver seminars based on practical aspects in legal discipline and legal practice. So you will have lots of both sides. Actually, I cannot give you one is more than the other. So you will have both practical and theoretical information. Bengisu, no, like your CV, of course, is valuable, but the real scholarship decision is based on your success in written exam and interview. Oh no, only LLB is required for LLM courses. So if you're applying for LLM programs, you should have an LLB diploma, not BA. Thank you, Dilem. Any more questions? You can think about, yes. So Habza, the university life. Before the pandemic, we had a wonderful, lively university life, and we are really looking forward to going back to it. The university is our campus basically is like a small city. You have everything you need, and you don't need to leave the campus throughout your studies. So the university has 24-hour open library. We have lots of activities throughout the day, both social activities, academic activities, and also international activities. Lots of students. The community is very live and vibrant here at Koç University. So you can also focus on your research while also doing lots of extracurricular activities with student clubs. Many opportunities you can think of as an international, also national student. So if all our LLM students use and benefit lots of activities and facilities we're offering to them while doing an LLM. Some do, some apply for exchange opportunities and they go and spend some time abroad, or some of them they work with the many different student clubs and help the community and also organize lots of events. And some also they basically work. If you're a practitioner, for example, and you would like to learn the working culture in Istanbul in Turkey, you can find internships. Istanbul is a hub for many global law firms and global international organizations, and they offer lots of internships opportunities to international students. And there are lots of things that the university can offer you, and also the city itself. Yes, international students. Is English wide? It depends on where you are. In the campus, almost everyone speaks perfectly English, and in Istanbul too. Istanbul is a metropolitan, so most of people can reply and can help you, even though they are not fluent, most of them, but you can just live perfectly well just speaking English. Any other questions? Thank you. I would like to share with you the link for international students, our international admissions website, where you can find lots of information, practical details, how being an international student at Koç University is. And let me find that and share with you so that you can have a look. Meanwhile, you can write your questions in the chat box. Yeah. Yes, you can have a look from international.ku.edu.tr. The living costs. So you should think about this first. The tuition fee and the housing expenses and your living expenses. You should think about around 300 to 500 US dollars per month. Any other questions? So let me check. Turkish students can write their questions in Turkish. Please do not hesitate to ask your questions in Turkish. I'll be applying in both languages. I'll reply to you. So let me check. Any other questions? Thank you. I think this is all. Thank you. Bye-bye.